Hey, everybody. Hey, Vanessa, Brenda. Thank you for coming. We are now live. And we're just going to work on some, I need backgrounds for a project. And I'm trying to get, I better turn my volume down on my phone. Get chat on the phone. So are y'all still in here? Or did I lose everybody because I was a little bit late? So, Vanessa, what are you working on? Hey, Deborah, how are you? Thank you for coming. So I need backgrounds for a project, and I don't know what I'm doing. So we're going to play today. I'm trying, I don't know if I want to make, I like, autofocus is on. Let me fix that. And I always turn it off. It's focused, so let's turn it off. Let's see if I can move. There we go. And it zoomed as far as it's going to zoom. Okay. So I like this one. I don't know if I want a leopard background, though, or if I want just the colors. So we're going to do it a couple of different ways. I have pre-gessoed 3 6x9 sheets of paper. It started out as a 9x12 sheet that I cut in half. And I pre-gessoed 3 of these. And that one is still wet. So we're going to set it back over there to dry. So we can just start playing. I have these Vicky Bouton crayons that I bought. They're oil pastels, I believe is what these are. Anyway, I got them at Tuesday morning a while back, and I don't know how to play with these, so we're going to work on that. I have these distress crayons. I don't know what we're doing with how these work either. I know they reactivate with water. Both of these activate with water. So, then I have paints as a fallback. So we have 3 different things we're going to work with to make backgrounds and decide. And it possibly is going to be 3 completely different backgrounds, which is fine. But that is what we're making today. So how's everybody doing? And then I have a question, because I've been doing this a little different when I go live. I've been going through my messenger list and sending out a link that way, just in case, because I know Facebook doesn't always send them out on time. And I got gesso on my fingers from when I gessoed my paper. And I know that YouTube doesn't send them out on time either. So I was manually, putting it in to people in my messenger list. Do y'all like that or don't like that? Because all of you all got a notification through Messenger, as well as probably YouTube and my Facebook group and my Facebook page. No Facebook group notifications. Okay. So Brenda, you like me to send it on Messenger, so you know, which we're usually talking anyway, so, but not today. Because I was like totally all the way around. And I can schedule it on YouTube, but the problem with, I got to learn how, and this might be a question that I ask tonight on Angela's Live, because Angela Holt's going live tonight at 7 Central to do the help build your channels, and we can ask questions on there. I don't know how to schedule it in YouTube and then use the scheduled one to go live. I can schedule it in YouTube. Oh, I put it in several Facebook groups, Brenda. All the ones that I know I can put it in. Oh, cool, Vanessa. So I know there's a way to make it schedule. I can schedule it on YouTube, but then it's how do I go back and use that scheduled one? Before you could go back and hit to go through Hangouts, but now there's no Hangouts, so I don't know how you do it now. Maybe I just need to do one unlisted and play. That way no one knows I'm going live, and if I mess up, it's good. No one will know I messed up. Deborah, do you like getting the messenger notifications? Because I don't want to make anybody irritated that I send those twice a week. Because I know Messenger works. That's the only thing is I know Messenger. If I send it in Messenger, y'all are going to get it. Whereas you may not get it from Facebook, you may not get it from YouTube, but I know with Messenger, you're going to get them. Mine probably just got lost, Brenda. Because let's see. Hang on. I should have left it minimized. If I go to Facebook, it should be, well, I'll go to my page. There it is on my page on Facebook. So that went out on my wall 41 minutes ago. And then if I go to groups, I sent it to, like I said, the groups I know I can. Foxy's Follower Secret Group. It's my group, so it's in there. I sent it to where did I send it? Kelly and Robin's group. And I sent it to, oh, did I say? I don't think I sent it to Kathy's World and Friends. Yes, I did. I sent it to Kathy's World and Friends. And I sent it also to the new one from Angela, which is way down in my list of groups, guys. It's somewhere in here. So I sent it to the new group from Angela. And so I've sent it in several groups, and I sent it on Instagram. Hi, Nick and Paul. How are you all? Thank you for coming. Okay, Deborah. So, see, I sent it in like 4 or 5 different groups. And then I sent it on the Instagram, and Messenger's the best way, I guess. So what we're going to do first is the paint. Now, the background that I'm trying to create is for my Mike Deacon Mission Inspiration page, and he gave us some weird colors, you guys. One's an orange color, one's a yellow color, and then we have clay. I don't have clay, so I'm going to make clay by mixing the orange with some red and some brown, and hopefully coming out with like a terracotta-y color. It may or may not work. And I want to mix that first because I think I want to put that on here first and then add the brighter colors on top. So we're going to try this. Okay. And I just want a little tiny dot of red. Hopefully I can get just a little tiny dot of red. My paint is not coming out. Little tiny dot of red. And my brown is a little watery. Right, Brenda. I mean, and no, that that's why I like posting in a couple of different groups and stuff so that it'll get out there. But for whatever reason, not today. And then you never know when these things are going to be down. So let's see if we can make like a terracotta clay kind of color. Oh, that's kind of close. It's a little darker than I wanted. Add more orange. Okay. Yeah, that looks good on paper. So all I'm going to do is just like swatch it in a couple of different places. It came out a nice terracotta color. I think I like it. And I'm going to put some down here too. But kind of like in the middle. I might should have wet the page so my paint didn't dry because I want to be able to blend it. Okay. Now I'm just going to add some yellow. Oh, wow. That's way too much yellow. So let's see if I can scrape some of that off. And I'm not going to worry about it being in the brush because I kind of wanted it to blend, but it's not blending because my paint dried. And now I wrinkled up my paper. And get some of that yellow back and put down here. And I'm going to go back into this and just try to blend right through here a little bit where these touch. Because I wanted it to be more blendy than it is. Okay, this background may not be working how I want. Because even though I put gesso on here, it's like the paper's still absorbing all my paint. I don't understand. But it'll work. Put a little bit more yellow. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Thanks for coming. Hey, King Taco, how are you today? Thank you for coming. Spritz it with water, Brenda. I may have to because this is not blending good. Let's try. And okay, my water bottle is not working. See, and it's a brand new water bottle. I went and got. There we go. Oh wow, that's like a lot of water, but it'll dry. Let's blot some of the water off. But yeah, that made it go. There we go. Oh, I kind of like the splotchy effect. We may have to put more water on here in a minute. Just trying to blend it down a little bit, and it's not blending how I want to. You know how you see these people do this stuff on their channel, and their stuff all looks so pretty and great, and yay. Mine's not working that way, y'all. But I do like the splotchy effect the water gave it. And I still got to get some orange on here. So I'm just going to add some orange in some of these splotchy spots. And I may spray it with water again. I do need to put some water over here. And this one doesn't spray it, like makes blobs. So just kind of I think it's gonna do something. I just don't know what it's gonna do. I do like the splotchiness. Let's go up here and grab some of this terracotta-like color. And I'll go back through and add a little bit more yellow in a second. Oh, y'all, we left last night to go shopping. That looks horrible. That looks horrible on camera, you guys. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not happy with my picture. Anyway, but it's a background, so there's a lot we can do with this background, which we are going to. As long as I quit leaving fingerprints on it. We're going to spray it again. But we left last night to go to town, and we had a flat. Bless Nick's heart, y'all. He got out of the car. Hey, Laura, how are you? Thanks for coming. I am missing chat. And we did get a friend to come help him change it, but he's in so much pain today. I'm like, Nick, you can't change the tire. Because he hasn't done anything like that since the accident, and I am going to blot again. Got too much stuff. I like the blotchy effect that this gets when you do this. I like that effect. Maybe I should spray some more water up here and blot it. Because I do like that effect. So I guess the gesso is doing something because it's letting me lift paint. I didn't quite want to lift that much. So let that dry a little bit. So I kind of like that because I'm just going to move water around. Make this kind of more muted. See, I'm liking that effect. So let's just blot it off the thing. And this is just our first one. But I need something more where that got too white. And I'll come back up there to my little pile of stuff. I'm going to try to get some of this to pull off. I kind of like that. Unexpected background. I kind of like that. So, we're going to stamp on it when it dries. But let me clean the table. And I'm going to check on chat. I know. That's what I was saying. And then when the friend got there to help, he's like, what are you doing? Get back in the truck. Which Mother's car is not a truck. But I'm like, I tried to tell him. And we have roadside assistance on the phones. But Nick's like, no, we'll be here forever if we wait on roadside assistance. I'm like, but we're paying for that. That's what they come to do. They'll change the tire for us. He's a man all the way around, y'all. He's a man. And if there's men in here, I'm not trying to, that is not meant in any kind of negative way. Y'all are just stubborn creatures. And he wouldn't let me call roadside assistance. So to keep the marriage happy, I didn't. Because I love him. And it was just not worth the argument, to be honest. So, but then our friend came and they got the tire changed. But, I mean, he was bending his foot in ways he has not bent it since it healed. So, yeah. Well, see, Brenda, that's what I was kind of hoping it kind of would look like sunset on the Serengeti in a kind of way. And it looks, I like it now that I did some of the other stuff to it. So, lesson here, I guess, is if you don't like it, keep working with it. That would be a really pretty background for something. And it might end up being one. Kathy, are you feeling better? I see that it says a bit better. Good. I've been praying for you too, sweetie, and I'm glad you're feeling better. So I kind of like this, how this came out. And it kind of looks like rust. That would be cool with some gears on it and stuff in like a steampunky kind of journal. Okay, Kathy, and thank you. Thank you, Deborah, about the colors. That's true, Brenda, but it's the thing was squatting and bending the ankle that far. He hasn't done that yet. And I'm like, don't re-break it. Steampunk rust color with some rusted gears on it and some clock parts. And I may have to scan this. But yes. Oh my goodness, Kathy, that's horrible. And that's very scary. They're supposed to read your chart first. I know I had one that was going to prescribe me doxycycline for something, for an antibiotic. And I'm like, no, I'm allergic. Well, what happens if you take it? I said, oh, I just break out in red and white splotches and want to sleep all day and itch to high heaven. Oh, yeah, how about you give me something different? They don't read. I mean, it's in all my charts everywhere that I'm allergic to that. That's the only thing I'm allergic to. Don't give me that. So I kind of like this, and I don't want to stamp on it yet because I want to scan it before I stamp it, and it's still wet, so I can't put it on the scanner. So we're going to put this one aside, but I do want to stamp some stuff on the background, but I like it. And I'm glad it looks like a sunset. That's what it needs to look like something. So now we're going to play with something different. And we're going to play with these. And I figure I'm going to use these three because terracotta, that's not the color Tim Holtz calls it. And then we have the yellow and we have this orange. And I was thinking this might be more terracotta. Let's look. No, I don't like it. We're going to go with the yellow. And for this, I'm going to just, I know these are water activated. So I was thinking, since I've just sewed my paper, I'm just going to make some marks on here in random-ish places. This is not as orange as I thought it was going to be, so this could come out interesting. And then we're going to wet it, and then I'm going to spooch it around with a paintbrush and see what happens. But I'm going to put all the colors on here first, which could probably be a mistake. We could end up with mud. But you don't know if you don't try, you guys. And so this is why we're just playing, because I have no idea. Okay, Laura. Oh my gosh, Kathy, that is horrible. I'm glad you went to the ER. Because that's scary. And we trust the doctors to know what we need and to do right, you know, because they're the experts. These are very close in color. But I am going to put some yellow on here, which should help lighten some stuff up. And I may regret putting them all on here at the same time. I don't know. Put a little bit there. When I've played with these in the past, they come out looking more watercolory than painty. Okay, so now we're going to spray with water. And let me get a paintbrush. I want the same. Where's that one? There's it. The one I had previous. And I should probably get some new paper towels ready to blot with. Okay, so we're now wet pretty good. And so let's just start moving some colors around and seeing what we get. I kind of like how this is working too. And I'm blotting my brush off on a paper towel, just so I can try to keep the colors from running together so much. I like it though, but it's going to come out looking an awful lot like the other one. Maybe there's things we can do to it. I don't like all those brush strokes in there, so try to. And no, it really does not look like the other one at all. Now what I think I want to do is spray it from away and make water droplet marks. If my spray bottle, these spray bottles from the Dollar Tree, y'all, are horrible. There we go. And now that I've sprayed everything on my desk, and I made the dogs bark by squeaking the table. Let's heat gun this one and see what happens. Oh. I like that effect. Instead of having to put little white dots on it with paint. So now that I pulled that off, I need more colors again. Let's put some more yellow on here. Which this is not called jar, it's mustard seed. I'm going to spray me a little puddle of water. The good thing is that these reactivate with water, so you can always go back in and move them some more. Bad thing is I don't know how you would seal this down. I guess a spray varnish would probably work to seal it. But I don't kind of like, okay, so yeah, I don't kind of like it. What do y'all think before I spray it and move stuff around again? Thank you, Kathy, and you get some rest. I hope you feel better. Hey, Marina, thank you for coming. How are you? A bigger brush. I have a bigger brush. So we're going to wet it again. And I'm just going to keep the colors on here that are on here and use the bigger brush. That's not the bigger brush. This is the bigger brush. And just try to move them around a little bit. I may need to put more color. Let's do this. I think I have a wet spot on my table. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so now that I have achieved a single solitary colored background, which is not what I was going for, although it is pretty, I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to add color back on it again. So let's clean the table, put the brush back in the water, because that's not what I was going for. But the bigger brush does help, Brenda. Thank you very much. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, bless your heart. My mother had to go through that, and that's a pain in the cahucas. She had to wear one for a week or something like that. Calm her pedal straight. Okay. So sorry about that, Marina. Let me get this dry, and then we're going to try some other stuff. I like the splotchy effect on it, though. And it also looks like a rust-colored background, but it's not dry yet. Let's work on getting it dry. Okay, so what I was thinking just sitting here drying it is I was going to try to make one of these backgrounds, which I made these yesterday just playing. And Marina, that you're having to do it again. Oh, my goodness. And I like the orangey one, so I'm thinking what I could do is this, because I drew those free-handed. Turn this crayon up. Draw them on here, my spots, just at random. Big ones, little ones. Maybe not that little because I want to put some yellow on the inside. Some going off the page. Get all my off the page ones first. We'll put another one down here. Okay. Now we're just going to fill in randomly because, and this is, I don't know what I'm doing. It just looks fun. And we'll put one here. Okay. So there's those. Oh, this is needing to be closed up. Now I want to take this yellow, or actually mustard seed, and kind of put just in the middle. We're not spraying this with water. Because that's how I achieved that yesterday. And then what I did was, let's see, I brought a can lid. Oh, I left it. I need my can lid to put water in. I'll be right back. We are too, Laura. I know. We're supposed to get some tornadoes and stuff too, and it's, ugh. So I'm going to put some water in this can lid. Try not to spill it all over my desk. So that I have water for my paintbrush, because, and now I'm going to use a little brush again, Brenda. What I did yesterday when I was playing with these is I just smooched it. And just kind of blurred the lines a little bit. Smooch is such a technical term. I smooched it. And was just trying to blur the lines so that there's not a harsh, I want the line there. I just didn't want it to be a harsh line. And I about obliterated that one. And if we don't like it, we can spray the whole thing with water and smush it back around again. That's the great thing about this distress crayons and stuff. If you don't like it, it's not permanent. Just spray it with water. And it'll turn it into something different. I'm not sure I'm liking how this one's going. Yesterday, it seemed to go so much. See, the first time you do something, when you're just playing, sometimes it comes out better than any time after that. But I do remember this, how I got the background was just kind of blending these together. So that there's not. There we go. Just kind of blend them out a little bit. This is going to take a minute. And unfortunately, we can't pause and come back in a minute because we're live. Clean that off and go to the yellow now. And that moved a little too much. See, that one just got kind of away from me. I might come back with a bigger brush around the edges. I'm going to go in and get all my yellow moved around. And then we'll come back to the outside edges. That might be a good idea. Move the yellow, and there's something on my paintbrush. There we go. I got it off. Oh, and the other thing is when I did this yesterday, I did it with the Vicky Booten ones. That could be a difference in how these are working. Okay. I'm going to redraw this one. Put some yellow. There. And I just dropped my napkin. Let's see what y'all are saying. You like it blended out? I do too, Marina. I mean, I still want the outline there because they're supposed to be like leopard spots, but I want it blended more on the outside edges. This is a really badly colored leopard. If this is a leopard, y'all, he's sick because leopards are not this color. Okay, I don't really like this at all. Do y'all like this? Tell me honest, because I'm about to spray it and just take the bigger paintbrush and see what we can get out of it. Maybe I'm just getting frustrated too soon. We'll keep blending. I was going to go around them with black too. And that might help it. I'm going to go to a bigger brush. Yeah. And this one still looks kind of, I don't know. It got like too blended out. Now we got white background, and if I splotch it, it's going to be even more white. So I'm just going to leave it alone. Marina says start over. Blend the whole thing. No, everybody else says. Jaundice leopard. Don't start over. Is that what y'all are saying? I mean, it's salvageable. I think maybe knocking it back a little bit. Yeah. Keep like the hint of the leopard spots. That one spot's going to drive me insane. I'm not going to add any more water, I don't think. Well, maybe a tad, try, but not like a gobs. And I need more yellow in there. I kind of like it in areas, but not in other areas. Hey, Paper Doll, thank you for coming. Thank you for the compliment. I'm working on a background that I'm not sure. Brenda's swearing at me. You don't like it. Okay. So here's what I think I'm going to do. We're going to go from here. And we are going to take this bubble wrap and this gesso and make sure that this part of my table is not wet before I do this. And I'm going to put some gesso up here. And rinse my brush off. And I'm going to paint we're going to try to knock this way back. I should just paint gesso over the whole thing and start over, but we're going to try to salvage what we got. And my bubble wrap technique sucks. It's horrible. Because right now I'm just trying to cover some of this up. Okay. I'm happy with this because now I want to dry brush kind of over it. Which undoes, I know, all the bubble wrap technique. This one's just not coming out that good, y'all. Now I'm going to spritz it with water. And then we're going to blot it. This spray bottle, and it's full. These spray bottles just, I don't like them. I do not like them. So now we're going to do the blotting, lifting technique. And where I need to blend it out more, I'm going to go in and blend it, blend it, blend it. Spray it. And I'm kind of liking this better. I'll let that sit for a minute before I blot it. So y'all liked it with the bubble wrappy stuff. We can put more bubble wrappy stuff, but I don't think I want the bubble wrappy stuff. I think I want to do it different. But I like the splotchy. We're good with splotchy. Okay, Laura says this is pretty. I think maybe if we all agree, let's dry it and see what we got before I do anything else to it, because these didn't work good. I may not like the distressed crayons. I just need to play with them more. Okay. So should we leave it? Should we bubble wrap it again? What should we do? And I won't smear them this time if we bubble wrap it again. But we're not going to put them all over, I don't think. It's a nice start for a background. I mean, if you think about this with black circles or something like that on here, or even some white circles, it's a good start for something. Oompa Loompa. That's funny. But it is a good start for something, which is what we were doing today. Just trying to create a good start of an orangey, reddish, clay kind of backgroundy thing. But I think I like the oil pastels better, which we're going to play with those next. So we're going to leave this as a good start for something, because I want to scan them before I do anything else to them. So we're going to put this one aside, and we're going to clean this all up. I have more bubble wrap if we need it. Dry up this little water bucket thing. in case I need it again, which we probably will, because the oil pastels are also water-based or water-activated. And I played with them yesterday, and I like them. So this one is also gesso paper treated. And in here, I like their little container. We have the colors that we need. This yellowy color. This could be, and so we need terracotta, orange, and yellow. And I think these work, so we're going to move those away. Move our box. And this actually came with directions. So, they're water activated. Do we want to do them and make different, like, paint splotches on here? And I got them Tuesday morning. They were, this was a while back. It was way before it got hurt. $4.99, and you get 8. And I thought, it's worth $8, $4.99 for 8 of them to play with, just to see. And it was good colors. And what I like is the back. If you take a picture of the back of your box and you go back to Tuesday morning, this has the colors that are in this box. So if I had a picture of that, I would know not to ever buy this particular box again. These I like better than the distress crayons. They worked better. I think we're going to do it this way and not vertical. But I think I want to try to do the same kind of thing. Just some random. And maybe blend it out, dry it, and then add another color. That's what we're going to do different. Because they're all activated with water. So we'll put this clay color on here. And these don't really, they don't have colors on them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put water back in my lid. Not from that water bottle. Where's the other spray bottle I had? Okay. I spilled it. That's okay. Paper towel it up. Fooey, fooey. Thanks, Deborah. I mean, I was thinking for something to play with. And I had in my cart at that time, I had they had something at markers or something else. And I was like, I've already played with markers. Markers are pretty much markers. But I have never had these. So I thought I would want to try to play with these a little bit. So we're going to get out the bigger brush again. Dip it in water. And I'm just going to move the colors. But I don't want it to... Now these, I don't want to water it down quite that much, I don't think. Well, we can always add more. These just move easier, you guys. And so this is kind of what... I need a little bit more water. And I can put more color up here now that I got color on the brush from down here. I like these. But again, they're going to reactivate with water just like the distress crayons do. And you're going to pick it up with your fingers and leave fingerprints on your paper. And I'm not going to worry about my brush strokes right this minute. Go up here and get some of this. Y'all, these blend out so much better. What do you think? Just from watching. I mean, I know you're not getting the feel of it because, yeah. And I'm not going to cover the whole sheet. But we're good. Well, let me stretch this out over to here, maybe. just so it's not white over there. And pull my fingerprints back. I like these. Hi, Tanya. Tanya's in New Zealand, so time zones are way different. So now we did that. Set the paintbrush aside. Was that this color? Uh-oh. I think it... Oh, I don't know what color I used. Well, I know I didn't use this one. So I'm going to go in here, and you can blend them. Just like you can anything else. So I'm just going to go in and put some that's not on this color and some that is. Kind of like that. Now, I think this is not the one I used. Or maybe, okay, that looks like the one I used. Let's blend that back. And you can blend them with your fingers. Is there a darker one? Let's go with the darker one. Let's go with this one. That's kind of a pinky color. Okay, it'll work. We just probably won't need as much of it. Put some down here so it'll stay bright. Okay, now we're going to work on blending, blending, blending. And Muffet is under my table snoring her little heart out. This brush has got separated bristles on it. Let's try a different one. I don't like the separated bristles. Here we go. And I'm leaving fingerprints all over my paper. And get a little bit more water. I think I like oil pastels much better than distress crayons, you guys. I think I do. And I want to blend a little. And I just put water on my finger that time. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. And I'm leaving fingerprints. Oh, you know, those make good little leopard prints. I really like the way this one came out. Except for like right here. So I'm going to just blend that with my finger a little bit. These just, it's hard to explain. I like them better though. I'm going to put some more, let me dry that off a little bit, some more yellow down here. And just blend it out with my finger a little bit. They blend differently. I'm trying to explain the difference. I like this. Oh, I'm going to stop, Brenda, because I like the way that these blend better. So if I had to choose between and because these are also water soluble, if we sprayed it, we would get the white splotches. We're not going to do that. These blend differently than these. I guess maybe because they're oil based. It's just easier to blend them out. I like this. And again, it looks like a really pretty sunset. These are two. So hang on. I want to dry my table and clean up my mess. And then we'll look at what we did. It needs a darker. Does it still need a darker contrasting color? Because we have this one that could be. I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up, though, at this point. Oh, there it is. Hey, Janie, how are you? Thank you for coming. So now we're just going to clean up our mess. I would just be afraid to add a darker color right this moment. So what we did was, this is with Distress crayons. I'm not a fan, I don't think. This is with the Vicki Boutin. My table has got a little dampness on it. The Vicki Boutin oil pastels, and I like those. And then this one was with paint. The two that I like the most are these two. The paint one, that one, the paint one, and the Vicki Boutin. Oh, cool. So I like these two. I'm going to have to play with Distress crayons a whole lot more, watch a lot more videos on how these work, because a brief respite from the road. Yes. And those are always good, those brief breaks. I mean, I like it. It's just these don't blend as nicely as these. These blend really well. I am not an artist, you guys, at all. I don't pretend. I don't really pretend to be one either. But these blend. I could probably let's just play. We're going to experiment in this corner with this brown, because I can trim a corner off. I just want to put a little tiny bit. I need a little water. I just cleaned up all the water. But I'm doing it only with my finger this time. See, that didn't really do anything except make me wipe stuff off that I didn't want to wipe off. So, we're going to stop. I'm going to grab my brush back temporarily. Damp brush. I'm wiping most of the water off just so I can blend this better. Back. Blend my mess up. I'm going to leave it alone. But these just blend out so much nicer. I messed up my corner. Get back the color I had on there originally. And just smooch it. I should have stopped, you guys. That is not the brush I had. That's the one that has the weird bristles on it. This one will work. That's the one with the weird bristles. Now I'm just trying to get my corner fixed where I've put the brown on there and messed it all up. And I don't like this line right here, so dippy dippy. Just want to blend this little line out. I mean, like I said, I can always trim this little corner off, but it doesn't look that bad on camera. It looks worse in person. I just want this to be, there we go. And I think it's from where my finger is like creating a line. So I'm just, this is almost a dry brush at this point. Going to just try to blur it. Blur it, blur it, blur it. There. I'm happy with that. We're all good again. And I'm going to leave it alone because I don't want to mess it up. Yay, Janie. That is awesome. So I still like this one. Even this down here. It's just easier to blend. And then I like this one. I don't want to do anything else to these. I'm going to look at these as great starts to backgrounds because I want to scan them in. Because then I can print them out again. And use them. So these are the size of my art journal pages. So these will probably end up in my art journal at some point in time. Or manipulated in some way. Thank you, Janie. See out here where we are, it's, I don't know how much land Mother has. The cabin is behind Mother's house. And it's quiet up here, and we're on a mountain, and it's quiet here. And there's trees. At night, Mother's going deaf, y'all, and she plays her TV really loud. And she was over here one night, and we didn't have the TV on or anything. We were eating dinner, and she could hear the geese fly over when they go back to the lake at night. This one, Laura, I know, I love that one. And that's going to probably appear again at some point. You're going to see that again for sure. So she said, y'all, do y'all hear that every day? And I'm like, yes, Mother. Every day the geese fly back over. I hear them in the mornings when they leave. They leave the lake about 5 o'clock. They come back about 5 or 6 in the evening. And we can hear them fly over both ways. But she had never heard it before. She didn't realize because she plays her TV that every day we hear the tree frogs. The tree frogs are amazing, you guys. And I don't think Tanya gets to hear all this where Tanya is. The tree frogs. I don't think. Do y'all have tree frogs in New Zealand, Tanya? If you're still here. 7 hours from San Antonio. Cool, Janie. I love country noises, you guys. The noises of the country. We have no city noise here whatsoever. Okay, you do have tree frogs. Okay. See, Nick is the same way. He's, bless his heart. I can listen to a TV with the volume way down. I like my quiet. Probably from growing up in a house with 3 brothers, mom and dad. It was loud. And as an adult, I like my quiet. And even when Livy was here, we didn't, her and I didn't, she's 9, we didn't watch, she would rather craft than watch TV. So we watched a little bit of TV. But you know what she wanted to watch? You guys are going to laugh. She likes Mike Deacon because she likes mixed media. Anything mixed media on YouTube is what we watched. We watched some Dee Dee Willingham where she did her collage stuff. We watched some Mike Deacon. And we watched some Dee Dee Willingham where she was drawing. What was she drawing? She drew a lemur, and then we also watched her do some coloring. We watched YouTube. She didn't want to watch TV. Well, I am in the Mike Deacon's Mission Inspiration group, and these were the colors for this January's thing. And I'm like, I don't know how am I going to make background? So I'm thinking I'm going to go with this background. Oh, cool, Truck Janie. Just make sure you put it in any of your groups, especially, definitely your group, but any groups that you're in so we can all get, have it updated. But that's what we watched while she was here. And we had the TV down low. And Nick has the TV up on like 28 to listen to it. I listened to it on 14, y'all. So his is like double loud to mine. So this is the one I think I'm going to use in my art journal for this, after I scan it, of course, for this Mission Inspiration. Either this one or this one. Either one. But I'm leaning toward this one. And this is going to have, it'll be something. Well, his mojo left, Brenda, and I think he got a different mojo back. Right. I'll be trying to watch a live late at night or when we go to bed, and he's in the living room watching TV, and I'm in the bedroom, and I'm like, can you please turn down the TV? Because I can't hear the live stream over the TV, or recorded videos usually at that point over the TV. And it's like, and y'all got to remember, we're in a 720 square foot house. So there's not a lot. I can't like get away. We're in a small house. And hubby hasn't done much moving today since trying to change that tire last night. Well, I like the Mission Inspiration things with Mike Deacon because it gets me a chance once a month, or if you do the mid-month one, twice a month, to do mixed media. And I love doing this kind of thing. So I'm kind of wanting to make some backgrounds too for some, because this would be, like I said, steampunky. And if you crinkled it, which we're not going to do, but my favorite way to add texture to paper is to crinkle it. And then if you went over this with like some silver or some rust, like verdigris stuff, like, can you imagine like if you wrinkled it and then went over it lightly with turquoise or a turquoisey kind of color just to get that patina? It would come up in really cool spots. Bluetooth headphones? Yep. Oh, I know. Well, Nick has headphones for the TV. And if I'm going to do recording, or like if I'm going to go live, he will, because he knows copyright things. He'll switch to his headphones so he can listen to it however loud he wants. It doesn't bother me with my recording or going live. And y'all, I don't have to worry about YouTube hearing something in the background that's going to get me in trouble. He's only using the Timmy's, though, I think, in his little paper doll journal, Brenda. And that was just to get rid of them. He said that was just really basically to get rid of the Timmy's. But I like my Timmy people. I just need to remember. See, here's my problem. I bought them. I love them. Now I kind of hoard them, but I forget I have them unless I think Timmy or, paper dolls. You buy stuff, you put it up, and then you forget you have it. At least that's what I end up doing. And at some point, it'll hit me. Oh, wait, I have this. So when I bet it's hard parking that 33-foot RV, too. And, y'all, because these are the same colors, they kind of look like they could go together in a journal. I was just looking at that on screen. This would make 3 great background pages for one journal if you were doing something in those colors. I still like this one the best. This one and this one. So if you all see these at Tuesday morning, they're worth getting only for their blendability and just to play with. I bought some other oil pastels, you guys, and I'm going to be honest. They don't move with water. I can't figure out how to make those work. And I think I got them really cheaply at Walmart. So when I saw these, I'm like, okay, these say they work with water. Let's see if they work better than the other ones. Because the other ones are really cool, but they're not activated with water. They're not activated with alcohol. And I couldn't figure out how to make them do this. Which I like that. Now, the problem is when I go to glue anything down on here, because this does reactivate with, I don't know if when they dry, they're permanent. I don't think they are, because I was able to re-wet this over here and do stuff to it. So I may go spray this with spray, since it's nice and warm out, because we're supposed to get tornadoes and storms. Spray it with a spray fix outside to seal it. The same thing with this one, because I don't want, when I'm gluing stuff down, for it to move again. He has a crush on Timmy. Possibly. But I just forget I have stuff. I want it so, when I have the money, I'll get it, but then I put it away and I forget it. Baby oil didn't work. And I don't have any gums, whatever that stuff is, Brenda. But I think that's what it said that I would need, is that gum saw stuff for like oil paints. That'll make it move. But I tried the baby oil. I tried vegetable oil just because I was trying different things I had. I think mineral oil will make it work, but I don't have any mineral oil. Oh, that sounds good, Tanya. Brenda, you're funny. So, Brenda, exactly, Laura. What's not to love? And when I was in Maryland when we went up to Maryland a couple of years ago, we went to Queen's Ink. It's where I heard about Queen's Ink from watching Patty Tolley Parrish. She lives in Maryland. She buys supplies from Queen's Ink, and they always make a trip to Queen's Ink when they do their retreat up there. So I thought, well, while we're here, let's go to Queen's Ink. And what Queen's Ink is, and it's INC, it's a small mom and pop craft store. The lady in there told me that when Timmy first got out of college, he came and taught a class at Queen's Ink. They have never been able to get him back because this was before he was famous and was Timmy. It was Tim Holtz. He had just graduated college, got his degree and his art degree, and he taught a class at Queen's Ink. And that was, I think, the last. She said that he's not ever taught another class there, which is kind of sad. You think you'd remember the places where you started. So anyway, so we did the Queen's Ink. I went. That's where I got my Timmy people, was at Queen's Ink. And when we were getting the Timmy people and the chit chat stickers, we were talking, and that's when I found out he had been there that one time. Never been back, which is kind of sad. I am going to photocopy these before I play with them any further. This one, though, the more I look at this one, the more I'm thinking it needs some rivets. This one just is crying out to be steampunked, you guys. It needs things. Exactly, Laura, the perfect dude. Get him to change his will first, and it's even better. And y'all, I'm kidding too. Don't take that serious. So, anyhow, I keep wanting to hinges. This needs hinges. It needs a door. It needs something. This one just sparks my imagination. And this one. This one needs help. It just needs more stuff. Right. It is a technicality. Y'all, we're bad. So, anyhow, now I kind of want to try this on a bigger sheet of paper. But I can do that later. So, let's see. I was going to ask y'all a question. But now I'm not sure what it was. That's because I have brain fog in the afternoons. He would be great to go shopping with. And I'm trying to see if it's spinning. Close out and come back and see if that stops it. It could be a YouTube thingy. Yeah, that fixed it. So I was spinning and I closed and came back and it came back. Especially if he's paying for the shopping trip. That's true. So I'm trying to think what the question was I was going to ask you guys. I don't remember. When I remember, I'll write it down for the next live. So I'm going to go live next. It'll be on Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Central Time. So 2 Eastern, 1 Central, 12 Mountain, 11 Pacific. I think that covers all across the country. And I don't know what we're going to be doing Tuesday. And in between, I'm working on projects, and I'm going to try to get some recorded videos up. So is anybody else going live or anything? Okay, Laura. Is anybody else going live later? Don't forget that tonight the Grow Stream is going to be on Angela Holt's channel. You can just type her in the search and it'll pull it up. It's Angela Holt Designs. Right. It's tonight, Laura, at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific. And I've gained 20 subscribers in the last week, you guys. So it's worth going. The same time this one was today, Tanya. Y'all are so welcome. Thank y'all for coming. And I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope to see y'all later tonight on that stream and in other streams. Thanks, everybody. Hugs and blessings. Bye.